Okay. Here we go. We're going to start the show in earnest. In earnest. By the way, we will be playing an interview with Michael Graham I just did a little bit ago as well. All right, here we go. Five, four, three, two, one. All right, well, Albie is out. She is dropping kids off. She was, earlier today, she was planting peas and planting other flowers with one son. And now she's dropping another son off at mountain wall climbing, whatever it's called. And so here I am, Tom Shattuck with you. Nice to see you. It's a little bit odd doing everything alone. If you're listening, you don't know. I've got live video streaming, and I'm going to try to get these videos up. If you like the videos, I'll do it. I mean, I do now think, since I'm solo, that I've got to change some stuff in a video. I mean, I can't imagine it's entertaining watching me, but I'm also now talking to a camera and not an Albie, which is different. But let's get right to it, shall we? So, I did talk to Michael Graham, which we'll play in just a moment. I do want to say that I am just, I won't even call it shocked, but the level to which Joe Biden has been like this source for just negativity and he's just been this cynical font, and I found it to be just terrible, terrible to watch, and to witness, just terrible. And let's see, he was. This is today. This is over the weekend. This is Joe Biden at one of the colleges. This is him at where was it? The historically black college. And he said this.
I stood up for George Floyd's family to help create a country. We don't need to have that talk with your son or grandson as they get pulled over.
So that's Biden saying you don't need to have that talk with your son or grandson if they get pulled over. So isn't the whole point about George Floyd that, had they had the talk, then that would have been a good thing, like a positive thing, right? I think that we should, that, like, it was the lack of talk that got us all into this trouble, right? If George Floyd was somebody who had just, not done, like, we've all had the talk in the sense that you and I know, and most people do, the right thing to do, which is to not fight the cops. That's the talk. But he was so terrible in this talk at Morehouse commencement, and I feel bad for the Morehouse students because it's like, don't they deserve to have a don't they deserve to have a real graduation commencement ceremony? But they didn't get it. They got this raving old, really husk of a man who just tried to scare them and put them in a panic, and that's not what you need. If you're graduating, tell the kids that the world is their oyster and they can go far and there's limitless potential. But no, this guy is just a cynical piece of crap. I hate Joe Biden. I'm sorry about that. And I know it's simple, but I despise him. I think he's a terrible human being. Just a terrible human being. All the stuff that he did has been terrible. And now, and divisive crap, cynical vote buying crap, he's just a terrible person.
It's natural to wonder if democracy you hear about actually works for you. What is democracy? If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? Betrayal of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot. And most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure?
What an a-hole. Like, seriously. What an a-hole. Who wants to hear this guy talk like this? I mean, it's so cynical. And these kids, this is supposed to be a day of hope and excitement at this and that. To spend this whole time just being this, terrible.
It's more affordable and accessible. I walked the picket line and defended the rights of workers. I'm relieving the burden of student debt. Many of you have already had the benefit of it, so I can chase your dreams.
So I can chase your dreams.
And grow the economy. And the Supreme Court told me I couldn't. I found 2 other ways to do it.
So you went around the Constitution, in other words, and you went out around the judicial branch of government. This guy's such a piece of crap. I know that there should be better, deeper analysis than that, but I am just sickened by him. He's a terrible, terrible human being. He's a terrible father. He's a terrible grandfather. He's a terrible dog owner. His glasses suck. I mean, he's not fat, I guess. That's the thing. But he's also had 18 facelifts, which for an 80-year-old man is an insane thing to be that vain.
And we're able to do it because it grows the economy. And I, in addition to the original $7 billion investment in HBCUs, I'm investing $16 billion more dollars.
Why are you yelling?
More in our history. That's more.
Why? Like, why are you yelling? What is your problem? It's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, by the way, I shouldn't say it. But I mean, this guy, and he keeps going back to his thing. Listen to this. We're like this crutches with the NAACP the other night.
And let's say one thing to rest. I may be a practicing Catholic. I used to go to 7:30 Mass every morning in high school and then in college before I went to the black church. Not a joke. Andy knows this.
Why would he say not a joke continually? He does this every day. Not a joke. It's like nobody is assuming that we just missed a punchline. I mean, I didn't make this take up. I remember Dana Carvey saying this 2 years ago, but he does it more often, more recently, because he tries to like hammer in a point. That's what the not a joke is to really tell you, see, that's right, not a joke. Just so freaking cynical. That's why I hate him. That's why I despise him. And I despise so much of what's happening in our politics. But you know what? Don't worry about this. Things are about to get sunshinier. Sorry. Because Michael Graham is going to join you in just a second. I will attend to the message board if I'm actually streaming, if you're actually able to get in this, if anything is actually happening. No. It says 4 people are watching. Can I identify you? If you're watching and you have the ability to leave a message or in the message board, I'd love to see that my actual thing is working. So please do if you can. If it's not, yeah, well, this reddish hue is crap, by the way, in video. All right, so let's get to my friend Michael Graham. If you don't know Michael Graham, he used to do radio in Boston. I was his producer for years at the old WTKK 96.9 FM. It was a great station for a while, till it wasn't. And now he's the editor-in-chief of Inside Sources, which is a network of local sources for journalism, pretty much in the Northeast. And he's the editor-in-chief, of course, of New Hampshire Journal. Now, it just so happens that Joe Biden's going to be visiting New Hampshire tomorrow. Here is Tom Shattuck. And Michael Graham, by the way, who does not afford me the respect that a highly successful talk radio person and podcaster deserves. Let the record show. All right, it is time. Michael Graham from New Hampshire Journal, Inside Sources. How are you?
I am thrilled to be alive. How are you, Tim Scher? I'm sorry, what?
That's close enough. No, Tim Scher.
Okay, good.
It's fine.
Okay.
All right, so what's going on, man? I've just spent the weekend listening to Joe Biden scream at black college graduates that they're going into a world where they're going to be shot dead by the police, if not
Mhm.
Trump's white supremacists are going to lynch them. Really optimistic tone set.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, remember when he said Republica's going to put you all back in chains? I mean, this is his recurring theme. That scary speech he gave with the Nuremberg rally backdrop in Philadelphia. Remember that? And,
Yeah.
about the MAGA forces are rising. I'm listening to Sauron here, calling up Saruman. This shall not pass. Okay, except for whatever, what was it, Grendel the Gray or whatever? I don't remember that. Now we got Biden the blue. If he had hair, it would be blue. And so I don't know what to tell you. He's just
Well, so you've been a
Joe
campaign
Biden.
guy. You've worked on campaigns.
Yeah.
Is this what you do to a demographic? Is tell them that if they don't vote for you, they're going to be lynched? Did that work?
I don't know about the lynching part, but certainly you want to, fear is the number one motivator for behavior, not joy, and so you're trying to scare people. I just don't know that it works. I mean, remember we had Jim Crow 2.0 in Georgia when Georgia made some modest changes to its election rules. And what happened in the very next election? Record-setting turnout by black voters in Georgia. So if it was Jim Crow 2.0, these people are really bad at doing racism because they totally screwed it up. And so, how many times can you cry wolf or Klan before people start
Right.
going, I don't know. And, I'm going to have to see 1 out of 5 black male voters vote Republican. Forget voting for Donald Trump, voting Republican. I'm going to have to see that before I'll believe it. But but polls show it's even higher. And if that really is the case, if the Democratic Party is going from literally 93, 94, 95% of the black vote to 85, 84, 83%, it is really hard to see how Joe Biden wins re-election.
It's not only that, but Biden. Why did those Morehouse students not get to have a commencement speech? Like reach for the stars, this reach, you can do it. No path is,
Are you kidding me? You didn't let my dad's a Joey. Joey, when you become the first Jewish, Asian, Hispanic, Greek Biden to graduate from a historically black college or university, Joey, that's what he used to tell me. Joey, I want you to say this to the crowd.
Not a joke.
Exactly.
Not a joke.
And that's where so he'll say anything. There's just no limit. The question is, what good is talking doing? And that's, I'm not a big Trump fan. I was pretty stunned when he won the first time. I was the wrongest person on planet Earth when he won the first time. So I'm absolutely prepared to assume that he's going to find a way to just blow this, and that Biden's going to walk into re-election. But the smart people I talk to say that the thing that has them wondering about a sudden turnaround is how stable the polls have been. That Trump gets indicted, he's at 46%. Trump has a good day, gives a big speech, he's at 46%. Biden does something terrible, stupid, Trump's at 46%. He's just staying in that 46, 47, maybe 48 range.
Yes.
All the time. And right now, because of where his 46, we'll split it, we'll call it 47. Because of where his 47% is spread out, he's winning. Because it doesn't matter that he's going to lose, New York by 30 and California by 40. What matters is right now, in poll after poll after poll, he's winning North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada. And I don't mean like he's leading. I mean, he's straight up, like it's not particularly close, winning. And if he does win those states, then Joe Biden has to pull the trifecta. He has to win Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, all 3. And in all 3, it is at best tied.
Right. But what about the left is holding on to this little peninsula of hope called likely voters. Likely voters, people who have voted before, paint a better picture for Biden.
Yeah, I've seen that, and part of that is because of the swap that the two parties have made for voters. the college educated suburban white people who used to be, frequent Republican voters have, are real big time not fans of Trump. They don't like MAGA. And so they've migrated towards the Democratic Party. That's, the Bill Kristol crowd.
Yep.
And then you've had these blue collar workers who were kind of culturally, I take it back, historically Democratic, kind of family Democrat, just when they voted, which was not as often as their, suburban college age counterparts. But when they did vote, they just voted Democrat because we're Democrats. That's what we are, go. And now that they've seen the disdain that the new Democratic coalition has for working class people, particularly working class white males,
Right.
they've now migrated over. So there are a lot more working class voters than there are elite college pukes, but they are not as reliable voters. And so that's why the likely voter screen now, which used to be a benefit to Republicans, is now looking more like a benefit to Democrats. And so here is the question: what do those working class, they don't follow politics, they read the sports page, they don't read the political page, what do they do on election day? And if gas is $4 a gallon or in that neighborhood, and if inflation keeps going up every month, another 0.3, 0.4%, and the world is a total mess, and Joe Biden keeps getting older and older every day, 24 hours, I predict in every 24-hour period he's going to get a day older. That's my prediction. If that happens, I could see a lot of them turning out because they're mad. Because as we said earlier, fear makes, is a big motivator. They're afraid this is not going to end, that as much as they're struggling now, it's going to get worse. I think one of the numbers that's got my attention the most right now is the reporting on how much credit card debt Americans are holding and how delinquent their payments are. Because during COVID, you had this dump of money that found its way through various programs, and you can say they're legitimate, say illegitimate, it doesn't matter. The fact is it got there to a bunch of working class and lower middle class folks, and they paid off some credit cards, they had a little breathing space, whatever. Well, that money's gone, and now it's inflation. So for a while they were, okay, so I'm running 2 or 3% behind every month because prices are going up faster than my paycheck. Well, we can float the grocery bill, and now floating the grocery bill is getting problematic. And if you start seeing more and more late payments to, the credit card companies, you start seeing more and more people hitting their max on their credit cards, that makes people afraid. How am I going to pay my bills? And that's a motivator.
It's interesting. A friend of mine is a bankruptcy attorney, and
let's stop right there.
What?
The premise that you, Tim Shoren, have any friends at all is pretty dubious.
Well, yes, somebody who tolerates my existence, I should say, is a bankruptcy attorney, and he said that they've been having to do all sorts of other work in the past few years because all the COVID money shored up everybody. But he's now seeing the bankruptcies come in because credit card debt is crushing people now. So he's all excited, but is the point. But also, so when I hear about my tax dollars going to pay for some kid from Cambridge or Wellesley, Mass, for his art degree, I want to grab a musket and join the revolution. Is that just because that's my tribe, or do things like that, hit normally not, actively political people?
I've been surprised at how polling does not reflect a lot of anger over the student debt bailout concept. It drives me crazy. I think it's one of those issues that for the people who hate it, they really hate it. And then there are a lot of people going, well, hey, if there's something free going around, maybe I'll get some. And so they don't ever want to complain about free money because they don't want to.
They could be next. And with this guy, they might be next. Yeah,
exactly. So I don't know that issue gets it, but the constant pressure on, I'm trying to live a lifestyle that I was, making work pretty well. Remember during the Trump years, the people in the working class, the people who didn't have college jobs but had, work for a living jobs, they actually outperformed their college peers when it came to income shift for employment. Now on investment and stuff, that's different. People who have money on the stock market, whatever, they still won bigger than anybody. But from a, paycheck to paycheck adjustment, if you were a guy, 35-year-old black guy, and you worked in trade, your income actually went up faster for those years than the snot-nosed, college puke.
Right.
And then it stopped. And you want to hold on. You want to maintain the life you had where maybe you were used to going out, for dinner once a week with your girlfriend. Now you're going out twice a week, and you want to keep going out twice a week.
Right.
And you can't. It's a problem. When you were, when you were able to fill up your car with, cash or your bank card, and then you had to switch to the gas card. And now you've got that bill rolling in every month. That's not what you want. You want to go back to the days when you didn't need to do that. So
right. Back to the days when you were.
I think that has more impact than the specific programs or the foreign policy idiocy.
Yeah.
But I think there's another group of voters, and this is one reason that I would not be surprised if Donald Trump won the presidency, as impossible as that seemed in January of 2021. There's a sense of chaos. And I was thinking about this the other day. What makes you more frustrated or afraid or angry? Being in a recession where everyone goes, oh crap, we're in a recession. It's going to take us like 18 months to get out. And then, and you see the trajectory, even though it sucks, versus where we are right now, where 1 month you're like, well, hey, I think things are pretty good. Honey, I think I'm going to have that vacation. I think, and then the next month it's like, whoa, what the heck happened? What? And month after month, people don't know what's going on with the economy. Is it getting better? Is it getting weaker? They can't tell. And I wonder if that's not even more problematic for Biden than if we say fell into a traditional recession, 6 months ago.
Right.
He was able to have his people go out. Hey, this is month 6. We told you X, Y, and Z. We're on a path. We're going to get there. And then people could say, okay, I see the way out of it. I look at Biden and I don't see any reason why any of the chaos will come to an end.
Right.
I see Trump and I see the chaos will run away because it's scared of the even more chaos of Donald Trump. So he just scares the other chaos away.
Well, also, while that's happening, you've got this administration just gaslighting. No, it's not going to be a recession. Oh, it'll be transitionary recession. Oh, it's it's just a very mild. It's because it's the Putin price hike, and it's never. It's such a middle finger, along with like actual existential bad news out there. They suck at being an administration.
Right. Yeah, he's not very good at being president. I mean, there's just no way around it. Back in the ancient days when you and I did radio together, you'll remember that I kept coming back to this one bumper sticker that resonated again and again and again, and it was Barack Obama, and it had the big O, and they used the O to spell out "so far he sucks." Mm-hmm. And that was just the Obama presidency. It wasn't that, whatever, like people hated him or that he was an evil person or he made you feel bad. He just wasn't very good at being president. He wasn't very good at getting stuff done. He wasn't very good at explaining. He wasn't very good. Things just kind of, slugged along with this really kind of mediocre president. I have no doubt, by the way, Barack Obama is super smart. No doubt about it. He would definitely be my lifeline on that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show. I'd hire him, to be a woke professor tomorrow. But the job of being president isn't the job of being the winner of debate club or, having the highest GPA. It's this other, broader job. It's the reason why a lot of people have Bergamentum, Doug Burgum. They're hoping he'll be vice president because he's the kind of guy that if you think about president, well, let's see, he kind of came from the, middle of the country. He's not some weirdo.
Yep.
He was super smart. He built this amazing company, made himself a gazillionaire off his own effort. He was a governor of a state. He had to do stuff like Bell. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's what he wants. He's smart, but he's not just a walking brain on a stick. Yeah. He's a governor, but he's not just some political glad hander. Okay. There you go. That's the broader leadership, that you need. And, Trump is Trump. There's no other comparison occasionally. And Biden is, so far he sucks 2.0.
Right. And his VP is not awesome. So he's Michael Graham of New Hampshire
Inside
Journal.
Sources, InsideSources.com.
New Hampshire Journal, an Inside Sources publication. But before I let you go, 2 quick things. One is I remember when we were just covering Obama and talking about how we were the resistance and how so far he sucks, how we were taken into the program director's office and she screamed at us that people want to see him do well. So stop it. So I bet that person now has a bigger job in corporate media. Not
Well, of course you. That which explains corporate radio, everything you need to know about
except
it.
for
Right there.
Odyssey, obviously. Odyssey is just a glaring
Of
exception.
course, totally different.
Yes.
And but of course, the bottom line was he sucked. I mean, he just did. I mean, it wasn't. You didn't have to. I mean, I agree. There were a lot of people who were doing kind of cheap shot radio, like they were looking for his shoes. You know, he tied one of them incorrectly.
Right.
No, he's just. You want the country to do well. You want the president to have a clue, and he was often struggling in the clue department. That's just the way.
Oh
it was.
yeah. Okay. So Trump is coming. No, sorry. Biden's going to New Hampshire.
That's right.
The last head-to-head polling I've seen has been from months ago, from January, in Real Clear Politics, and it had Biden up 10 points. Is that pretty much still where we are?
I will say this: everyone who's listening should definitely go to nhjournal.com the morning that Joe Biden arrives. You may find a poll there that may cause you to raise an eyebrow.
Very interesting.
That's all I can say. We are on an embargo. But we like to do this. The last time President Biden, I think it was the last time, maybe it was the time before that he came, we greeted him with a poll. During the First Nation primary series, we greeted Donald Trump with a poll. It's always, it just kind of lets people know, hey, here's how we're feeling about you. So
log on right now, guys. nhjournal.com.
nhjournal.com. That's right.
nhjournal.com.
And you can also get if you want to follow the First Nation, political state, we have a daily newsletter. Just go there and you can sign up, and it's absolutely free. And like Tim Sharnoff's show, it is worth what you pay for it. Ted?
Well, yes, it is. Theodore is fine.
Theodore, okay.
He is Michael Graham. You can get him on Twitter at I am Michael Graham or something like that. Anyway, I'll tweet all this stuff out. Michael, I appreciate it.
Don't worry about it. Thank you.
All right. So thank you, Michael Graham. Looking around the internet just a little bit, just some scraps I want to pick up here. That we saw. One was this young lady, and this has become all the things since butt kick or kick butt or whatever his name, Harrison, the kicker, has been famous. It's all this, like, these trad wife questioning women who are wondering what, or they're sick of being under attack or wondering what they should be doing and yada yada.
Quick question. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I am so sick and tired of just everything right now. Everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this, stop telling me I'm wrong. I've literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing
healing wrong. God, my therapist, my family, my friends, tell me about the things that are wrong with me. By the way, your therapist is going to tell you things that are wrong with you. They don't get paid to tell you you're all set. The idea is you're going to come back, okay? I mean, fine. You're just so self-involved. I mean, I'll watch her because she's, like, pretty, but I have no time for this. And also this crying to TikTok stuff. I mean, it's good for me for content, but I don't really care. What I do care is this guy, and this is from Oil London. Transgender male Aidan Gallagher caused the crowd to erupt in a fury when he beat his nearest female competitor in 0.2 of a second. He wins first place in girls running competition. This is in Oregon. And the other boos come. And they should, because this kid's an a-hole. And supposedly has gotten all sorts of like prize benefits from that, whether or not it's like college stuff or admissions, whatever. Anyway, he took it all away from a girl, and she should, of course, sue the holy F out of everybody involved in that. Everybody involved in that. One other thing. Here's another thing. Starring Angela Davis, obviously the activist from the 60s and the 70s, Black Panther-y kind of lady. Of course, this is why This is why I'm sorry. Henry Louis Gates is my guy now.
Any idea what you're looking at? That is a list of the passengers on the Mayflower.
No, I can't believe this. No, my ancestors did not come here on the Mayflower.
Your ancestors came
No.
on the Mayflower.
No.
You
Yes,
are
yes, yes.
descended.
No.
Yes, I believe that makes you what I call a white supremacist, Angela Davis. Indeed.
One of the 101 people who sailed on the Mayflower.
Wow, you're waspier than me, Angela Davis. My people came in 1630. We were 10 years behind. You are indeed white colonizer loyalty. Oof. Right.
That's a little bit too much to deal with right now.
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that you may have descended from people who laid
Never.
the foundation?
She's deeply upset looking. This is really fantastic. I love it. I love it. All right, last thing is this other lady here. I found this today. This is a viral thing that's so lame. It's obviously not real. This is sent by John Wick X, and it's a guy supposedly asking his girl about Five Guys. And of course, you see the double entendre, and it plays on this.
Do you want 5 guys?
I don't think I can handle that.
You can't handle 5 guys?
By the way, the reason I like this is it looks like Alice when she was younger. This lady looks like, in pictures before, Alice has had several looks in her life. The one when she was like, right before she met me, was this one. And I should tweet this out. I've just figured this. I should tweet this out.
No, I don't think so. That's kind of a lot to throw at somebody randomly.
It's just 5 guys.
Okay, well then can I pick them?
Yeah,
Obviously,
you
it
can pick
can't be
whatever
real.
you want.
Okay, well I have some people in mind.
What do you mean?
Once again, lame, but she's attractive, so I'm playing. I'm playing along here.
I have some people in mind. If you're wanting to do this, I have some people in mind. I probably have their numbers in my phone.
Hold on. I'm tweeting this out so you can get it.
It's 5 guys.
Yes, I know.
Do you want... It's the restaurant.
The restaurant?
Yeah, 5 guys.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, in a perfect world, this would be real. We'll pretend it is real because I like the idea of it being real. But along Alice. Oh my goodness! Remember, she mentioned. I don't think it was on a food show. I think it was on the Burn Barrel podcast. That a guy, she made a date cry once because he wanted to kiss her and she wouldn't. The guy, apparently he's a great guy. The guy was in the friend zone. Anyway, I'm not allowed to show you unless maybe I can come to some kind of agreement with her. There are pictures of Alice Shattuck as I think an 18-year-old or maybe 17-year-old, and this, or maybe she was a little older. I'm not even sure. It was way before she knew me. And this guy together, seen somewhere, and it's very interesting because she's got her arms around a different guy, and this guy in the friend zone is standing there like, what? It's very heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, but I think all the people involved are anyway. I just like seeing the pictures of her. I've never seen them before, but she last night I said, "Oh, we should post the pictures," and she was aghast. She said, "No, we're not. These are all really nice people," and I'm sure they are really nice people. But I like the idea of it, or at least of her being very legal age of 18. Being very pretty in the picture, which she is. I'll see what I can do about negotiating a settlement there. Let's see all the texts and messages. Oh, for me. That's Leslie. Hey, how are you? Hey, that's Michael Graham. That's right. A poll that will cause me to raise an eyebrow. Michael Graham, MG Working Blue. This girl's people. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Look at this. I got somebody, Leslie, who's interacting with me. There you go. I'll note that Alice gets all sorts of interaction when she does this thing. And as a matter of fact, one of the consternations I had with Alice was the fact that she was going through the messages through the whole show when I was trying to talk to her. Yep. I get one. Alice gets 35 people talking to her. Noted. All right. Let's do this chat. The Chelsea Fire Wicked hotline chat. I gotta talk to Chelsea Fire Wicked. You know what? Or you know what? Maybe we should put the sponsorship up for availability. You think? You know? We could. There's no auto renew. Here we go. Some of these are a few days old because I didn't get to them yesterday, but here we go.
Hi.
Hey.
Steve from Merrimack.
How you doing?
Tom, again, going off an episode a couple days ago where you were listing all the podcasts that go over similar ground to yours.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say this. I listened to all the podcasts you mentioned and then some. I know what Jerry's going to say, but I love Jerry and I like listening to him.
Yes.
And he makes me laugh.
Yes, same here.
I know what Howie's going to say, but Howie brings this incredible experience in New England and the mob and all these other things to his show. And I really, really enjoy listening to him. I listen to the Burn Barrel because I don't always know what you're going to say. And I don't always know what Alice is going to say. And it is really enjoyable because you are funny the same way Howie's funny and Jerry's funny, but you take a different approach many times. So that's why the Burn Barrel is important to me.
Thank you, Steve.
And Alice on the Burn Barrel is important to me too, because it's easier to make fun of two of you than just one. Thank you. Keep going.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, I like the Merrimack birds sound very nice. We don't have those over here. You're obviously, I can see you, chai latte out on the deck, good book. Maybe even like 50 Shades of Grey or The Notebook, something. Definitely. They've got it's all coming together. But I appreciate the kind words. I like that. I don't remember talking about that whatsoever. But I appreciate it.
What the hell? Honey, we have Medicare Part A and B. Don't you know there's a Part C? What are you talking about, woman? Back to the kitchen.
Oh, my goodness.
These commercials are stupid.
Oh, my goodness. That is just terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Singer about the moon and the June and the springer. I love to sing
I like it.
About a sky of blue or a T42, anything with a swing or two, and I love you.
I'm for it.
I love it to sing.
Oh, children, it's him at the radio station.
No major boat's gonna get me. Got through Yale with boola boola la dee do. Oh, microphone's got me.
I endorse it. Endorse it.
Hi, Tom. This is Everett.
Hey, Everett.
I would like us to change the language from DEI to diversity, inclusion, and equity is the way we should do it.
Yes.
Because that's what it is. It's DIE. Diversity, inclusion, and equity. That's the way you should say it on the radio every time and get people to change the language. Because it's like woke. DIE. It's over. Thanks.
Thank you, Everett. I may have to Skype that. I do like it. He was going on and on at Morehouse and NAACP. As Michael Graham said, he's just been trying to do whatever he can to scratch back votes from the black community. I think we're seeing in the polling is that many young black men, at least, are saying, "Screw off, man! Just enough of your crap." The last dude did it much better. We got, the shot at the American dream was much more possible 4 or 5 years ago. It really was. Jennifer.
Good morning, Alice and Tom.
Hi.
It's Jennifer from Lawrence. I have been listening to Tom talk about how Burn Barrel is getting to be a bit much for Alice, although she loves it. I
Yes.
know, and she is very good at it.
Agreed.
She is eloquent and smart, and she's conservative,
Yes.
and she's super mom. And you are too, Tom.
Thank you. That is not true for any of those. She's also beautiful, which I like, because I like the idea that there's a willing, consensual participant in the room who's beautiful, who will actually be there, who's, when she's not checking all the many direct messages to her, is engaged in the show.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And I will miss hearing Alice and her listening to her thoughts and her take on things. But Alice, you got to do what you got to do when
Yes.
you're too young to burn out, honey. Don't burn out. Save some time for yourself. I just wanted to let you know that I'm listening. I listen every day. I love you guys.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Be well. And I will listen very soon. Tomorrow night, Sunday night. Yep.
Thanks, Jennifer. We really appreciate that.
So I chipped my tooth like around the molar.
Yep.
A few days ago, and I went and seen the dentist, and he was like, "Yeah, we can't put like a Reslin thing on it. We got to put like we got to do a root canal, and that's outside us. You have to go to a different place, and then we'll put a cap on it." And I'm like, "Oh gosh, root canal. This is gonna cost money."
No, yeah.
Money.
Yeah. No, I do not trust dentists, with the exception of one. That's Mr. Toast at Groveland Family Dental Center. I highly endorse them, obviously. Other than that, I am out on dentists, having been tortured by one famously in the 70s and 80s. No bueno, no bueno, no bueno. Yeah, get a second opinion, man. It just, I've having been a guy who used to work at all sorts of hotels in my 20s. I would get, you started a new hotel. I always had full-time jobs, so I always had benefits. So I always had new insurance and always new dentists, and so back then I was always going to a different dentist. And the situation with my mouth was totally different depending on the dentist I was going to. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, by the way. Thanks for being with me, bearing with me when it comes to the streaming stuff. Team Shattuck family, thank you. The chat, thank you. Less is more. Ooh, if I like that. Thank you, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
C'est la vie.